All right, we are change. Wisconsin, we're here at the airport. Let's see what happens.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
All right. Great.
Head outside, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go outside now, hold up some time for a while. Then I'm going to come back here and get arrested. So here, I'm going to say you're the point of contact. Hey, listen, so you're the point of contact for that.
You just witnessed us being very aggressively talked to by the TSA about their policies, and we will, yeah, we lasted about 7 minutes.
So hey, get the bullhorn now. If you can do that out here.
Does it say anything about bullhorning?
Nope,
No,
they didn't say
no.
nothing. Here, hold
Look
these.
at the bullhorn.
Where's the car? All right, pause. Alright.
Right, recording. Smile. You can't talk to people? Is
You're
this
not
ever
allowed to talk
recording
to
too?
people in the airport. No, their policy letter says that you're not allowed to protest or solicit at the airport. But we didn't want to protest or solicit inside there. All we wanted to do was just simply talk to people. And so we're going to do a little test case and see whether they really cite people for that.
You're really surveying. I mean, you're almost an academic survey.
That's right. I would think that people would have the right to study what goes on in airports, to do surveys, to do media coverage. You go in, if you can't talk to people in the airport to get your story for the media, how are you going to cover it? I'm sure these media people here have all walked into the airport and talked to people before.
Yeah.
So I think there's some kind of discriminatory enforcement going on.
There. Yeah.
Tickle your back, front side. Hey, all right. How do you get it going? Sure.
About today's plans for today.
Oh, the plans for today are just to educate
Get a little closer to
about
Madison.
the basic
I want to get the picture frame.
pat downs, as well as the dangers of scanning machines. Basically, it's a large X-ray machine. It takes a naked photo, 360 degrees of your body. Now, if you go to like a doctor and you get an X-ray, you know, they take precautionary measures. There's a trained professional that does the procedure. It's a medical procedure, basically. And we all know that X-rays, prolonged exposure to them causes health issues and whatnot. So a lot of these TSA workers are actually in danger of becoming harmed because these machines don't have the safety regulations that you would normally see in a hospital or, let's say, a dentist's office or something where you get fitted with a lead vest and things of that nature. Not only is your body being scanned, but they have the ability to save the pictures, and in some instances, TSA members have actually been arrested for misconduct. So what we're trying to say is we're going to stand up as Americans and say enough is enough. Okay, I fought for my country during Desert Storm. I was in the military for 6 years. I love this country. I'm not a terrorist. Why should I have to be subjected to these humiliating things and being put in harm's way?
So you're not you're against the actual scan, but go to you're wanting people to go and get patted down.
Get patted down, but do it in public. Don't allow them to escort you off into a separate room. Do it in public so there's eyewitnesses. And that way, if anything that's inappropriate happens, then you can have legal recourse in order to stick up and stand up for your rights.
So, but there's also a lot of controversy with the pat down itself even being more intrusive.
Exactly.
So,
well, my personal opinion on that is that they're using this as a means to coax us and harass us into saying, you know what, I don't want to be touched and groped. I'm just going to go through the machine. And then that justifies the purchase of these astronomically expensive machines. Our research has turned up that Michael Chertoff, who used to be head of Homeland Security, was the guy who signed the purchase order for these X-ray machines, and now he's working for the company. So there's something just not right there. This whole policy, our procedures, ever since 9/11, it seems like everybody's banking off this war on terror. and there's, you know, the bailouts. Paulson was an ex-member of Goldman Sachs, and Goldman Sachs gets all this money. You know, Dick Cheney used to be with Halliburton, and Halliburton gets all the war contracts. They're making a ton of money off of this.
So tell me what happened when you came up here.
Well, we came in here. Our goal was to meet at the security office at 3:30. We walked in. We talked to a few people, but then we were immediately talked to by security. Several security people came up to us. We immediately informed them that our goal was to not cause any problems. We were going to obey whatever policies or whatever procedures we had to, you know, best we could. And we were aggressively escorted out, I guess you could say.
Nationally, a lot of people are doing this, or other groups are saying, let's do this nationwide to stop, to delay this very busy holiday travel day. It seems like it's not really making a big difference nationwide. Do you have a reason, or do you think that's...
First off, the goal is not to interfere with people getting on their planes, or we don't want people to miss their flights. We don't want them to be delayed in any way, shape, or form. That's why on our informational brochure, on the first side actually shows top 10 reasons to opt out. The back side actually shows things that you can do to kind of help you get through the TSA procedure quicker. Things like not wearing baggy clothes, not having metal, or acting suspiciously. So our goal actually isn't to disrupt the flow of traffic. We don't want to inconvenience any of the holiday travelers. We just want to alert them to the fact that they might be in harm's way with these scanners, and you know, it's inappropriate. If I were to walk up to somebody on the street and touch them in this manner, according to what TSA policy considers normal, I would be charged with sexual assault. So why should travelers be subjected to this? We're American citizens. You know, if somebody came through screaming, you know, a bunch of crazy stuff, then I can understand. Or if they did something suspicious, or if there was some activity that was...
But we've had instances, though, of people, you know, I mean, the whole thing with Denver, I mean, in his underwear. So, I mean, there are instances where this could have happened.
Actually, if you do your research on that, the guy, the underwear bomber, was actually escorted through security by men in well-dressed suits. Several eyewitnesses on the plane said that it was very suspicious from the get-go. The bomb wasn't even really an active bomb. And then it turns out that the guy was the so-called Al-Qaeda connection that he has, who's currently ranked #1 as the most sought-after Al-Qaeda member, has been hanging out at the Pentagon. I know you're not going to air that, but...
Well, anything else you want to add, Eric?
You know, I'm just concerned for the safety of the
Let me ask you this, if you're successful and this goes away, and a plane blows up somebody in it, will you feel bad?
Well, here's the thing. We should have proper security measures, but not ones that harm people. What I would recommend is these scanners are no more effective than, say, a set of metal detectors and some bomb-sniffing dogs. Bomb-sniffing dogs and metal detectors cost a lot less money, and they're not radiation. It's a lot safer. It's safer for the passengers, it's safer for the TSA workers, and it gets the job done.
What kind of people do we have out here?
We just basically concerned citizens, political activists, college professors. You know, we're not like whack jobs with tinfoil on our head hiding in the basement. So we're well-educated people. I'm the organizer for a group called We Are Change, and our philosophy is we want to change the world for the better, and the best way to do that is to change ourselves and to be the change. It's actually a quote from Gandhi, to be the change that you want to see. So yeah, I don't want there to be any incidences. I don't want to slow down the traffic. I just want people to be safe, and I want people to be able to get to their destinations without harassment or without being subjected to radiation. So that's, you know, we're a non-violent, non-partisan organization. We don't advocate violence or anything like that. I'm not anti-government. I don't agree with some of the policies, but for the most part, I believe that we should have a government, and I think we should have responsible leaders that do the right thing.
Thanks so much for talking to us, Eric.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah. All right. Don't pay attention to me. I'm just a side show.
Hey, you're mooching off her life.
That's right. It's good.
I have to pitch to you. I've studied the Islamic world. There are no competent Islamic terrorists that want to kill Americans. It's a hoax. And of course, 9/11 was an inside job, as everybody from Geraldo Rivera to 1,000 architects and engineers are now saying very clearly.
Why do you think that they're doing this then?
Because they're trying to create a fascist police state in the U.S. They're very open about it. Cheney and Rumsfeld, since they worked for President Ford, had been planning on state of emergency preparations, continuity of government, so-called, in which a list of 200 right-wing military people and Republican politicians were set up to be the next commanders-in-chief in the event of a national emergency, bypassing constitutional succession. This planning was going on in the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. 9/11 was a coup d'etat by these forces, and our country is no longer a democracy, no longer a constitutional republic. It's time to take it back.
What should people do when they want to fly tomorrow, tonight?
That's an excellent question. People should refuse to go through the naked body scanners at airports where they exist, and I have a list here of those airports, and we're giving this list to passengers here. If they're then given the choice of having their genitals groped, they should turn that down as well and say that we will charge you with assault if you do that. At that point, the TSA people will start arguing with you, and you have to basically argue with them for an hour or two, and you'll get through. That's what happened to a passenger here who described the process. So just get to the airport at least 3 hours early, walk through security immediately, refuse to be groped, refuse to go through the naked body scanners if your airport has them, and argue until they relent.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, but God bless you for putting this on the news.
Pat, can I get one of those lists?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
And I don't know if you said that it was a controlled demolition at the Trade Center.
Yeah,
It wasn't plane hits. So
What's this?
that's a DVD that goes with the brochure.
Oh, okay.
Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. Sure, enjoy it.
Yeah.
What other movie was he in? That cartoon movie there?
It was, yeah, it's on. I know.
Oh, you want to record?
Yeah, I want to record.
I'll go in and record
Do
it.
you even have United Symbols?
It's not against the law to record.
Yeah, yeah.
That's unreasonable. I don't even feel the need of doing testings.
They're no fun at all.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's just I was handed that list of the policy list, and what I was being told was that what I was planning on doing was going to get me a ticket, and then reading the policy list, what I was planning on doing was not taboo. So,
Concern is the free movement of our customers.
guys, there you go. Okay, that's totally reasonable.
But as he said, look for their reaction to it. They feel like
Right.
they're being bothered.
Right. Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. That's I've done this sort of thing at businesses, and that's obviously the reasonable policy. Just don't get in people's way. Don't get in their face. Don't do everything to not bother them. Try not to alienate them.
I'm sorry if you misunderstood before, or if it was misrepresented.
Okay. Great. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay.